Girl, Katt Williams is ready to go all the way there with Diddy because he just brought some crazy evidence to take down not only Diddy, but also all of his alleged associates in the RICO case. Katt has been standing on business when it comes to Diddy, and I know y'all remember his explosive interview on Club Shay Shay where he came armed with some crazy tea on Diddy and many more celebrities. But he's not giving up just yet because his recent revelations have left the internet in a state of shock after he claimed that Diddy isn't alone in his actions, because he allegedly has multiple celebs who have been helping him in his operations. And one thing about Katt, he is never too shy to name names, honey, and this time is no different because the names he dropped are going to leave you shooketh. Did Diddy really have celebs transporting nose candy for him? You know, folks should have really paid attention when Katt Williams dropped that line about how everything hidden in the shadows would come to light this year, because we're only 3.5 months into the new year and we have had so many revelations that it's getting impossible to keep track of them all. For a couple of years now, Katt has been on a mission to spill the tea on the shady parts of the industry, and since the start of the year, he has had his eyes set on Diddy and his activities, starting with his wild interview on Club Shay Shay in the first weeks of the year. During that same interview, Katt made an accurate prediction that Diddy's cup was going to overflow this year, and his skeletons were going to come tumbling out of the closet. Some people didn't believe this, but surprise, surprise, less than 3 months after Katt's prediction, we see Diddy's dirty laundry airing out for all to see. It's like Katt had a crystal ball or something, because his prediction hit the bullseye. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
He then dropped that infamous line about Diddy's parties and how you always had to say no to him.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them.
So here's the scoop for those who might have been living under a rock. Homeland Security went full-on CSI mode and raided not 1, not 2, but 3 of Diddy's cribs. And let me tell you, the rumors that followed were wild because they claimed they were acting on S-trafficking tips. Diddy was not about to stick around and get detained like his sons. And there were rumors that he had fled to the Caribbean, although he was later found at Miami International Airport. Homeland Security addressed the raid through a rep, and they said Homeland Security Investigations, HSI New York, executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. We will provide further information as it becomes available. Well, we've heard the information surrounding the raid, and it's just as crazy as you can imagine. Between Diddy being sued by Cassie, Lil Rod, and 3 other people, it was inevitable that the feds were going to get into it sooner or later. But then Katt Williams stepped into the game and threw in a massive curveball that sent the internet into a big shock, because he claimed that allegedly Diddy was not alone in his actions, because he had several partners in the industry who were also involved in his shenanigery. Katt pointed out this weird skit that Diddy performed on the Nickelodeon show All That, where 2 young boys were asking Diddy how to wake their friend up, and Diddy told them to put a remote-controlled toy helicopter in the boys' pants and then control it.
You know, in situations like this, I always ask myself, what would P. Diddy do? What would P. Diddy do? No, I don't know. Hey, let's ask him. Oh, okay. P. Diddy?
What's up?
We can't wake up Shane.
You try symbols?
Yep.
What about sour milk?
Didn't work.
Tell you what. Take this toy helicopter. Put it down his pants.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do. Come on, put it. Nothing. Didn't work. He's still asleep.
try this.
Shall I? By all means.
That's a million shades of creepy, especially when you realize that the show was written and produced by Dan Schneider. And y'all know the things that have been alleged against Dan by former stars of Nickelodeon. From Jeanette McCurdy to the recent docuseries Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, that scene is more than enough to give us the creeps. But Dan Schneider is not the only one that Katt accused of being in cahoots with Diddy, because he also straight up accused Diddy and Jermaine Dupri of doing some inappropriate things to the members of Criss Cross. Yup, I'm talking about the hip-hop duo that had the music scene in a chokehold back in the 90s. They were discovered by Jermaine Dupri in the 90s, and according to Katt Williams, some bad things happened to them under Jermaine's watch. Y'all remember when Katt went on a rant and called Jermaine and Diddy out for being inappropriate?
What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah? Jermaine Dupri, king of the if you ask me, baby.
Jermaine slammed Katt for this, saying, "You must be out of your effing mind. I should sue you for writing this disrespectful ish on my page. F out of here." But Katt dug out this old interview that was done by Criss Cross, where they admitted that they got the creeps from Jermaine when they first met. In the interview, Chris Kelly said, "We were just playing video games in this mall in Atlanta when all of a sudden, this dude comes up to us and said that he'd like for us to work with him as rap musicians. That dude turned out to be Jermaine Dupri." Chris Smith then added, "We had no idea who he was. In fact, I told Mac Daddy that I thought the guy was probably a child molester. Yeah, he basically just looked at us all funny and asked us if we wanted to rap. We were kids, so it was like asking us either to go to school or to try to become huge stars. Obviously, we picked the option of huge stars." Yeah, that's certainly creepy, and according to Katt, the boy's instincts were right. Katt then moved on to bigger names like Jay-Z. And y'all know that the internet is gonna sit up and listen when it comes to him, because his connection with Diddy has been the topic of speculation for a long time. According to Katt, Jay-Z allegedly likes his women young, just like Diddy, if you know what I mean. And no, he's not just referring to the crazy age gap between Jay-Z and Beyonce, but how Jay-Z always seemed to be interested in women who were way younger, like Aaliyah, Foxy Brown, and even Rihanna. I know that the rumors of Jay-Z and Rihanna having an affair have been around for a while, but a couple of weeks ago, Jaguar Wright confirmed that the affair allegedly happened, even though Jay-Z and Rihanna both denied it. This is interesting because
understand why people keep talking about that. It was forever ago. They were both very young, and he had just had his first herpes outbreak from her giving him the herpes.
Ooh, my.
Like, how did you know what I mean? Like people don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started firing signs to the death jail. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most involved with, and that was Sean Carter.
Do you all remember back in the day when Chris Brown accused Rihanna of giving him herpes? Well, according to Jaguar, Chris's allegations were right because Rihanna allegedly got herpes from Jay-Z. Girl, say what now? If there is one thing Jaguar is going to do, it's to expose Jay-Z. And this time she backed Katt Williams up, saying that Jay-Z and Diddy are two peas in a pod, birds of a feather, and all that stuff. And get this, according to Jaguar, Jay-Z isn't just playing in the same sandbox as Diddy. He's playing a whole different game, one where he's the mastermind pulling the strings behind the scenes. She straight up calls him smarter and meaner than Diddy, which is saying a lot.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Just he been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years.
Child, this federal RICO case is going to be insane. If y'all thought that the Young Thug YSL RICO case was bad, y'all just wait until the feds drop the full list for this, because I just know that it's going to be one hot stinking mess that's going to break the internet. Oh, and let's not forget Diddy's boo thang, or his shouty wop as he called her, because according to Katt Williams, Young Miami was allegedly involved involved with Diddy every step of the way, and she's going to be involved in the RICO case. Fans have been suspecting Miami since Cassie filed her lawsuit, but it wasn't until Lil Rod amended his lawsuit against Diddy that we knew just how involved she was in the case. In the updated lawsuit, he exposed Young Miami for being a major part of Diddy's operation, accusing her of supplying Diddy with pink nose candy. If y'all don't know what that means, it's a combination of ecstasy and coke. Child, these celebs be wildin' with these substances. Lil Rod claimed that Miami brought the pink candy to Diddy whenever he needed it on his private jet. The court document said, plaintiff and the Combs RICO enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Westival. In Virginia, the court filing reads, Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Combs wanted Tukey, but Brendan forgot it. So defendant Christina Karam called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. He also claimed that Miami was Diddy's S-worker, and she received a monthly payment in exchange for her services. He claimed that Diddy's accountant handled the monthly payment. The court documents read, upon information and belief, Miss Greenhill ensured the wiring, funds transfer, or cash payments to S-workers were completed. According to Plaintiff Jones, defendant Sean Combs bragged about having several women on a monthly stipend. According to Plaintiff Jones, the women who received these payments are Carisha Romika Brownlee, aka Young Miami, Jade Ramey, aka Jade, and Daphne Joy Cervantes Narvaez, aka Daphne Joy, who were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' workers. Yeah, Miami is neck deep in this stuff, and according to Katt, she is likely going to be named in the RICO case because of her close association with Diddy. Fans are here for Katt spilling more tea, and they said Katt Williams predicted how this whole year is going to go from the beginning because the amount of exposing that has been done these past 3 months is crazy. Katt has said this for so many years. Kudos for him standing firm all these years and not living in fear. And I have so much respect for Katt Williams. He really stuck his head and neck out for people being abused. Usually, you don't see that. He's clearly one of the good dudes in the entertainment industry. Y'all, let me know how you feel about Katt spilling all this tea. And then check out this next video.